Hello friends, this is Allison coming at you from My Space to Craft, and I've done a voice overlay for this video even though most of it is going to be in real time because it was done at my scrapbook retreat, and I think in the background we had Paradise by the Dashboard Light playing at full volume and lots of activity. So this is, as you can tell, a mermaid layout from many years ago. My daughter had a favorite mermaid costume, and so she was checking it out and posing in the living room. So you may have seen this kit when I did my kit preparation, and I pulled out Mermaid Dreams by Echo Park. It's a really cute, it's more for teenagers, but it's got some great papers and some great ephemera in it. So I'm going to use that scale paper to cut a border for the top of the paper, and then I'm just trying to decide which paper I want to be a strip across the bottom to sort of mat those three pictures. This is the basic layout, and then the background paper has sort of bubbles on it, and it's from the same paper pack, the Mermaid Dreams. So just trying to figure out what paper I can sacrifice. I'll be fussy cutting some little animals out of this paper that I'm showing you. So it's perfect for some fussy cutting, and so I'll add to the ephemera there. This one's a little busier, a little harder to fussy cut, so I'm going to use it for a strip in the background. So just trying to lay out and figure out what I'm going to do with all the different papers. I really thought I was going to use these Chamel purple glitter thickers. I ended up not using them, and you'll see why. But I will be using those purple thickers at some point, just not on this layout. So then I'm looking at cut-aparts to see which cut-aparts I might want to use. And honestly, I don't remember if I ended up using one. I'm not sure I used one of these larger cut-aparts. So we'll see together as I progress through this process. Please let me know in the comments if you prefer to see these sort of in real time, or if you prefer to see them sped up. I've done most of them because it takes me such a long time to do pages. I've done most of them really speeded up at 2 or 3 times speed. This one I didn't record as much, and it was a relatively simpler page to put together. I had a good idea of what I wanted to do already, so less hemming and hawing around. And I didn't do a lot of the fussy cutting on video. So this video I can do in real time because you get to see the embellishment process, but not all of the cutting. So here I have the embellishment pack that I'll go through and figure out what I can use from that, and the sticker sheet. And that's when I spy what I think will be the title. Very simply, mermaid with little flags, and I think that will be the perfect title to go between the top picture, the landscape, and then the 3 portrait photos at the bottom. And then a few little other stickers on this sheet that I'll make use of as well. So I'm going to go off, cut a bunch of stuff, and come back in just a little while. So fussy cutting and cropping later, and you can see I fussy cut the scale paper and that's now at the top of the page, and then I tucked that landscape picture under it. These are all 4x6. I did trim the bottom ones to make them a little skinnier than 4 inches so that you could get some space around them, and you can see I used that one piece of paper around it, and then I matted the top piece of paper in a teal that matched the costume. So here I'm just laying in the title, and I'll have to fuss around with the letters a little bit to make sure I get them centered and lined up. A piece of wax paper would have probably helped me to get this laid out properly and centered. But it wasn't too much to do it by hand, and the letters picked up pretty easily. But I probably could have been faster had I used some tools at hand. So these little flags were really cute. And I just realized that the t-shirt that I was wearing at this retreat on this day just perfectly matched this layout. Funny how that works out sometimes. So apparently you guys have really liked my organizational videos, so I've just done another one. So I'll be editing that. Unfortunately, I think I filmed it in portrait mode and not landscape mode, so I need to figure out if that's even going to be able to post on YouTube. It's a rookie mistake. But I organized all my vinyl that I'm not really using anymore, so or as often as I used to. So it was a good thing to get organized. Yeah, so I'm just eyeballing this. I didn't use a tool. I didn't measure it. I just wanted it to be sort of equally spaced and then span the length of that photo. And then we'll move on to some other embellishments once I'm happy with that. Okay, y'all, I spent like 5 minutes futzing with those letters before I was finally happy with them. But here they are. And then I think I get distracted or something, so I've cut, and now I'm ready to do embellishing. So I'm going to pull out some different embellishments. Start with the ephemera pack. And see what I might use out of there. So I'm looking for what might fit, what sentiments might work. That one I considered using, but ended up not using it, I don't think. So as I said, this was really intended for teenagers, young adults, this kit. So some of the things are not, you know, the pictures of the mermaids are a little bit older than my daughter. They're not teeny tiny. This was a really cute frame. I'm going to end up pulling that frame out and using it. And then I liked what was inside the frame too, and so that's going to be my cluster down at the bottom. So I'm just auditioning different pieces here. I do like the Echo Park kits. You know, they have ephemera, they have stickers, they have enamel dots. So there's so many things that go with each collection. And there's a lot of things that you can do with them. And I'll be using this paper kit quite a bit more. That I end up using. I think I cut it into 2 pieces and use it. The shape of it's not quite working, but I liked the picture. It's got a little sandcastle and some fish swimming by. Just trying to figure out where I want to put that frame and what parts of it I want to show. I will cut it in half and use it to tuck under the top photo is where I think I end up. So I think that's it for the ephemera pieces for now. But remember, I will go and cut some of those little animals out and use them to sprinkle around the page too. And here I think I'm deciding that I'm not going to use any of those cut aparts. And I think I would have had I had 1 fewer photos on this page. I would have had more space for a good size cutout. But with 4 adorable pictures, it's hard to fit in a cutout. All right, so here I'm talking about fussy cutting, and I'll go do that off camera. And you can see the Fisker spring-loaded scissors that I have. Those are really fantastic for fussy cutting because you don't have to pry them open, and they're big enough that you can get pretty good extension and small enough to fit into tight areas. So I really recommend those, especially if you've got a little bit of arthritis. Those are a lot easier to use. All right, so I went off and fussy cut, came back, and here's the final layout. So you can see I used the that strip of ephemera at the top and then added some animals and stickers to it. I added that small mermaid embellishment on the right hand side of the photo, and here I'm just adding a few final enamel dots and things like that. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you have an inkling and you want to see more from my channel. I really enjoyed this layout. I'm looking forward to doing some more fun layouts, and we'll see you soon back for some more out of this world scrapbooking. Thanks a lot.